Hi, I'm Tom, and today I want to talk to you about hidden CCTV cameras, commonly referred to as covert CCTV cameras. Now, people aren't daft, and we can spot traditional CCTV from a mile away. But in some cases, when people feel like they aren't being watched, they'll get up to no good. And whether that's in business or at home, that's when you need to see things for yourself. It could be a shop that started to find stock is going missing, but nobody knows how or where it's gone. Or it could be a factory that's mysteriously becoming unproductive. In these situations, to find out what's happening, you need to be a fly on the wall, to coin a phrase. And covert CCTV cameras are just that, your very own electronic fly on the wall, to see and hear what's happening when you're not there. And it's not necessarily just about catching people doing something wrong. It's about getting the facts, rather than having to guess about something and worry about it. As they say, seeing is believing. At System Q, we've got a great range of covert CCTV cameras that can help shop owners, business owners, and even private individuals to help find out what's happening when they're not around. All very discreet and well hidden. It could be you or your customer who doesn't trust the gardener or the babysitter or even the carer who's looking after an elderly relative. Not knowing for sure can be mentally stressful. Our range of hidden CCTV can help put facts in front of you, rather than leave you guessing and worrying about the unknown. So let's take a look at our brilliant range of covert CCTV cameras. Today I'm going to focus on our traditional range. Most of it is the 4-in-1 type of CCTV camera, so it works with TVI, CVI, AHD and analogue CCTV recorders. It all begins with the 2 base modules, so we'll start there and get an idea of how the range works. 1. This little beauty is our Pinhole Module. It's tiny, isn't it? It's got a cone-shaped lens, so it's really easy to hide. Typically, you'd install it looking through a pre-drilled hole in something. Most of our customers buy these to make their own bespoke hidden cameras. People have put them in boxes, door frames, ceiling tiles, and even wardrobes. Like most of the covert range, we offer it in different resolutions, from 2 megapixels upwards, so there's definitely a model to match your budget and resolution requirements. 2. At number 2 is another module type covert camera. This one has a standard wide-angle board lens as opposed to the pinhole lens on the previous model. Again, it's a dinky, compact design that's really easy to hide. The advantage of using the board style module is that these lenses are really easy to remove and replace with a different lens to give you a different angle of view. This model in particular is fitted with a general purpose wide-angle 3.6mm lens. You'll have already noticed that the board style lens is a bit bigger than the pinhole type, but this wider aperture means that more light can get into the sensor, so naturally this camera performs a lot better in low light conditions. The disadvantage, of course, is this lens needs a bigger hole to look through, so hiding it will take a bit more planning. But nevertheless, it's a really popular product with our customers. 3. At number 3 is our corner camera. While it's not strictly a covert camera, it's still used by many customers to watch and record the actions of people quite discreetly. Frequently, this is installed in lifts and stairwells as it fits really neatly into a corner. And even though it'll be well within arm's reach, the tough case means it's difficult for anyone to damage the camera in any meaningful way. It even has a built-in infrared illuminator so it can see in total darkness. So if you want to watch what's happening in the stockroom or in the lift, this might be the one to go for. 4. At number 4 we have the ever popular PIR design. It might not be a real PIR, but it's definitely a real CCTV camera. Because people are used to seeing PIRs in rooms, it's a really popular choice when fitting hidden CCTV equipment. People expect to see a PIR in a room and think nothing of them. We do two variations of the Kovert PIR camera, a budget model that's ridiculously cheap, and a pro model that has true black infrared illumination and sound recording. True black infrared illumination means that the IRs work on a higher wavelength of 940 nanometers. At this higher wavelength, the human eye can't detect the faint red glow that you get around the IRs that you would have with the cheaper 840 nanometer models. This means that our PIR is incredibly discreet and it can see in complete darkness. The Pro model also has built-in sound recording so that you can see and hear exactly what's going on wherever it's mounted, say in the stockroom for instance. And don't worry, all the model numbers for these and the rest of the range will come at the end of the video so that you can jot them down there. 5. At number 5 we have the smoke and heat detector model. Similar to the PIR, this style of product is something that shoppers and staff are used to seeing in any environment, so you can add it to a room and nobody would bat an eye. The CCTV camera itself is hidden away behind these mesh panels on the side, so when it's mounted, it's difficult to detect the lens at all. The nature of this product means it's ceiling mounted, as opposed to the wall mounted ones that we've seen earlier. And this makes it ideal for looking down at tills or through aisles of shelving or in any location where a wall-mounted product like the PIR camera we've just looked at might not be the best fit due to blind spots. If you've got a suspended ceiling and ceiling tiles, then this is a perfect fit because it's really easy to run and hide the cables. Some installers will even put the recorder above the ceiling as well, but a quick tip if you are planning on hiding a DVR, make sure it's fitted with no noise solid state hard drives, which give it a perfect covert finish. And they don't generate much heat as well, so they're brilliant for confined spaces. 6. At 6 we've got this very clever way of detecting shoplifters and dishonest staff, this ingenious shop mirror. And yet you've guessed it, it's got a CCTV camera hidden inside. In most shops, staff and customers are used to seeing these concave type mirrors for staff to use to snoop around blind corners to keep an eye out for shoplifters. Unlike most shop mirrors, this one keeps watching even when the staff aren't. And it keeps an eye out on the staff as well with the built-in hidden CCTV camera. The mirror glass itself is slightly smoked to make it really difficult to detect the camera hidden inside, especially difficult when it's mounted up on a wall. And like the rest of the covert range that System Q makes, this camera is multi-output, and it comes with a choice of resolutions. 7. At 7 we have the spotlight camera. The principle is similar to the retail mirror, as the CCTV camera here is hidden behind the mirror defect spotlight bulb. The bulb's not real and it doesn't illuminate, by the way. So what looks like a ceiling light with a spotlight bulb in it is actually a hidden CCTV camera, and it can be used in so many different locations, such as shops or general receptions. Just be aware though that with any CCTV camera that's hidden behind a mirror or smoked glass, you will end up with some dulling down of the final picture. This is because of the extra layer of glass that the lens has to look through. But trust me, you'll still end up with the footage that you need. 8. At 8 we have our Keyswitch hidden CCTV camera. Now the beauty of this one is that it's designed to be installed at around chest to head height. Frequently, thieves and fraudsters will wear a disguise and avoid looking up in shops, so even the best CCTV can't get a good facial image. The Keyswitch hidden camera solves that problem. By being installed lower down near entrances or exits, it can catch people very unexpectedly. If it's installed next to a door, for example, it can be well within 2 feet of a person's face for stunning close-ups. We offer the Keyswitch with a few different front labels, such as aircon or solar, or this one that just says isolator. So wherever they're installed, they can blend in without raising too much suspicion. 9. At 9, we have this very simple and effective solution for hidden CCTV cameras in shops. These clever little cameras are inserted into the ceilings of shops reception areas, or other retail type environments, and provide excellent CCTV coverage that can be easily adjusted. You could have them looking down over tills, expensive stock, waiting areas, wherever you fancy. To tell the truth, these are really very discreet CCTV cameras rather than covert cameras, but they're still a great addition to any existing CCTV setup. They're really easy to fit, as all you need is a simple hole saw cutout, and the angle of view is super easy to adjust. And for bonus points, they're pretty low cost as well, so it's a win-win. 10. Finally, at number 10, we've got this little beauty. Now, this one's a bit cheeky because this one isn't a covert camera at all. In fact, it's a 360-degree fisheye camera. But I'm showing you this because we have a lot of installers now offering these to their clients as a covert all-seeing CCTV solution. And they're not really wrong. It's an IP device from our highly successful and very popular range of Zip CCTV equipment. Because the fisheyes lie very flat to the ceiling, most people simply don't recognize them as CCTV cameras at all. These models have 360-degree vision, so they don't miss a thing, and they can see from all directions without the limitations of blind spots like other products. You will either need special software or hardware to be able to record and de-warp the 360-degree images that this camera produces. But here at System Q, we do offer that as well. And as a bonus, this camera shoots in 4K, so it's definitely worth considering. So that's an insight into our hidden covert range of CCTV cameras, and a bit of a heads up about using the Zip fisheye as a covert as well. If you want more details on any of our products and you're in the CCTV trade, pop over to our website, systemq.com. You can buy all of the products online, or you can get our full contact details from our website too. Again, I'm Tom, and thank you very much for watching. And as promised, here come the product codes for all of the cameras we've just talked about.